I notice that people have been caught out by these bounce tech adverts. It's happened to me in the past as well. And you end up with this walloping charge on your phone bill. And it's certainly not clear that Bounce Tech Limited and companies of that ilk are genuinely third-party connecting devices. It's certainly not clear. You look up a number on the internet, you get this number, and you call it, and then you suddenly find, without any real warning, that you're being charged at a super premium rate. And a call particularly to HMRC, which in any case is very lackluster in its ability to answer calls. It's a misery either way, whether you've got the real number or whether you've got a number through this organisation. They don't answer the calls with any urgency. And when they do, it's often in a quite dilatory way, and they effectively tell you to go back and try again. And it's disappointing that we have no way of contacting the people who run our systems except through telephone. You write to somebody and you get no answer. It's just you're writing into a void. I wrote the other day to the London Transport people to do with the mayor and ULEZ and all that sort of stuff, because I filled out the relevant forms and the website was so utterly confusing. And I eventually got a reply back that everything was working, but I didn't know at the time. I got a reply back from the website that everything was working, but I didn't know at the time, and I was so confused I changed my password, and I couldn't see whether or not the password had been updated and so on. So I wrote a letter to the organisation, and I got no reply. I've still got no reply. To a certain extent it's unnecessary now, because I now know what I'm doing, but I would have liked an acknowledgement, and it's over 2 weeks now. And you think, what is the point of contacting these organisations by letter? They simply don't reply. They simply don't reply. And similarly, when we contact our MP, I've asked for meetings, it's never happened. But I possibly just have an incredibly poor MP. He's very comfortable forwarding my letters to Suella Braverman and the like, but again, I'm literally just going round in a circle. And I have found, with my concerns over the last 4 years, that I am literally going round in a circle. The Department of Digital Culture, Media and Sport passes me on to Ofcom. Ofcom passes me on to the Department of Digital Media, Culture and Sport. Equally, the Secretary of State's office passes me on to the Select Committee. The Select Committee passes me on to Ofcom. Ofcom has just recently passed me back to the Select Committee. And I see a pattern here. The pattern is that nobody wants to take responsibility. And the letters which come out are letters which are full of paragraphs which often have no relevance to my request. And I realise these are form letters where paragraphs are plucked out of the ether, and I am being managed rather than receiving a response. Is that the 21st century, to be managed and not to be addressed? Maybe.